I forgot to take myself off. And for some reason, I'm also very small. So let's figure out why this is going on. Super fun, but hello, everybody. That's small but mighty crowd in here. Thank you all very much for coming to join me. Let's see what we got here. No, that just does that. Interesting. I guess I might just have to be really small, but that's okay. It is what it is. For those of you who are looking to check in, you can go ahead and do that at this lovely link right here. Hello. Yeah, you can go ahead and do that at that lovely link right there. And then for anybody else coming in, I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about some of the things we set up last time. It may take me a second to get some other screens set up and a few other things from last week that I do want to get done. I was running a little late this morning. There we go. Okay, cool. So I got the screen up now. This lovely page. Link. And then there, let's open up our my notes app. We don't need this or this. I want to open up a new window here on this guy. And then go ahead and I think head over to our Notion home base, which we worked on a decent amount of last time. So we'll go ahead and explain these in a second. Check-in links. This was part 1 times. So I'm going to go ahead and in just a second swap on over from our weird layout here to our Notion home base. And this is honestly right now just a really great resource for any of y'all. I'm going to see if when I remove this. Okay, so there we go. So my face isn't really tiny for some reason. Let's go ahead and bring it back on now. And then I do want to go ahead and make sure that we're doing good on sound here. The music is slightly audible, but not too loud, hopefully. Yep, we're good here. Amazing. A couple of things that I want to point out before we move on is so part 1 took place on Friday, which was May 9th and we're in Eastern, so 5 to p.m. EST. That's part 1. Oh, there we go. And then today, right now, which is Sunday, May 11th, from 5 to 7 p.m. EST is going to be lovely, amazing part 2. Then there's actually a change to the schedule, which I'm going to go ahead and double check that these are good to go. Part 4, yes, and part 3, yes. We've actually rescheduled one of my live streams and pushed it back from Monday to Wednesday. So instead, part 3 will take place on Tuesday, which is May 13th from 5 to 7 p.m. EST. That will be part 3. And last but certainly not least, on Wednesday, May 14th from 5 to 7 p.m. EST. We'll go ahead and do part 4. And then the links for these guys will be added closer to the actual day, which is lovely. So for those of you who just came in, I'll go ahead and paste our home base link down here so you can go ahead and use it. And I will leave our check-in link up for another second or two. And then, yeah, let's go over very, very briefly what we talked about in part 1. So a lot of part 1 was focused on mainly our GitHub repository here, which is for Nudged, which is going to be our automated grade monitoring and student reminder system. We've made, lovely variety of different features and requests and issues and whatever else in between. So my goal is, in the true spirit and fashion of open source, that we get contributions from outside of just me. So if you are looking to contribute to our lovely global Hack Week project, right? You can go ahead and work on a contributing.md file, which would most likely just involve updating this resource and creating a pull request. If you would like to know specifically how to create a pull request into our repository, you can see some of the instructions written out down here. In contributing, we also have, license acknowledgement, and then going on from here. But my focus today on stream is largely going to be on app setup, as well as the actual coding and everything. We'll go ahead and, potentially work on adding in some issues and, working through this with pull requests and all of that and following our good coding practices. But generally, our goal is going to be to work on this project in there. I'm going to do a couple of things in addition to that. First of all, I think I'm going to go ahead and close out our check-in link so that everybody who tunes in can see our home base anyway. Second thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and share my, it's going to thunder at my place, just a heads up. The second thing I'm going to do is, so we may lose lighting for a second, or swap some lights around, or we may need to do some changes and take a quick break or something if it starts getting really bad and you can't see me. Or worst case, I can't see anything, because that's also the more likely situation to happen. Let me go ahead and also, I need to restart my VS Code super quickly. Let's just go ahead and do that. So we have access to all of my favorite tools and resources and everything else. Beautiful. I'm also going to go ahead and super duper quickly pop my guy on Do Not Disturb. So just in case I get some random messages, that they're not clogging up our screen and being annoying. Beautiful. What else do we got here? So in general, right, what we spent most of our time doing these last couple of days was kind of working on this file. We do definitely need to pull from our repository. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I will pull from main. We should have create contributing.md added here, right? Update readme and update readme as well. Added contributing.md link and perfectly on here. So now if I try git pull using the terminal, for example, it should just tell me my file's already up to date. So now I think our next step is to create a new branch. We're going to do git checkout-b feature / setup repo. And this will create a new branch called setup repo, right? That we have branched off of now. So in my initial stream ideas, I'll just open up my little planning document that I wrote out right before our set of streams. Is I want to go ahead and focus on creating just a basic MERN stack app with some good setup on here. Now I haven't done this in quite some time. So I'm gonna go ahead and look for some resources really quickly. All right, and so what I think we want to do is we're going to go ahead and complete this as a mono repo. So we're going to go ahead and make two different folders, one for client and server. So we'll do make directory client, right? And that should create a client folder, and then another one for make directory server, and that should create a server folder for us. So I have both of these in here, right? These are small changes for us right now. Then the next thing I want to do is we'll go ahead and hop into our server folder, and then we'll do node package manager. Apparently I don't even have npm. Which would actually make sense on this computer. Let's try npm-v. All right, sweet. So we're gonna spend some time also installing some of our lovely tools, which is pretty fun. So let's go ahead and open up this guy and how to install npm on Mac. We'll go ahead and install the latest version of npm on a command line. Use this. I'm gonna go ahead and open this up on a new terminal window. And I'm actually, if you cannot tell, going to take a super quick break. Will we be building a web app? Should we create a branch with our names? If you would like to contribute to the project at any point, the instructions for how to do that are written out in the repository already under contributing. You should name your branch either feature / amazing feature, right? Not amazing feature or bug it, right? Feature, atrocious bug, so on and so forth. So you don't necessarily need to use your name, but the way that you'll do it is you'll click this fork button, right? Then you'll create your own project, right? You'll select like your own name here, right? For example, like this. And then you'll copy either the main branch only or all of my branches. And then in here, you'll create a new branch, right? And then use that branch to then create a pull request. That's how your name will be associated with it. Generally better idea to name the branches after the thing that you're working on instead of the like your name itself. I'm gonna go ahead and super duper quickly check my windows are closed and turn my lights on so I can actually see things because this thunderstorm looks lovely. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Lighting's gonna be a little funky, but at least I can see. So, my door just made a really strange noise. Anyway, Let's go ahead and hop back into here. We'll go ahead and do part 2 summary. Let's do in here some, let's go ahead and do a heading 3 on tools used for nudged. And we'll first of all do the Node.js and the Node Package Manager. Which is npm. Do that. Let's see if we've got Node even installed. So we'll do node-v. Not installed. Sweet. All right, let's use brew. So I'll do brew install node. Okay, looks like we've got auto updates on Homebrew as well. Ooh. Jeez. This rank's crazy. All right, so this guy's installing right now. So we'll hope that my power lasts. We've got all of these fun, lovely things installing. So let's think about what else we will need. We're gonna need our Express, cores, .env, and modules. All right, sweet. Finally, we did that step. So now we need to also go ahead and install npm. So we're going to do a super quick brew install npm. All right, and Node is installed. Okay, cool. So that part is done. So then what we need from there is now we can follow the other steps to pop in our project into the Node Package Manager. So we're going to go ahead and do npm init-y. That should go ahead and initialize our filter. Ooh. Okay. All right, just wrote basic parts. Let's go ahead and then create a new file in here called server. Now we'll call it index.js. In here, Let's go ahead and also install what I believe will be the packages that we will need, which is Express, Cores, env, and Mongoose. We're gonna let it do its thing. Hopefully without throwing major suites. So we've got our node modules, our package lock, and our regular package JSON in here, and our index.js. So now let's go ahead and set up our Express, scores, require cores. Let's make an Express app. I want to use port 3001. I'll use that in a second. So we'll do app.use cores, .use express.json, app.get. For now, we'll do just run a ping here, request send will be should not be pint, it should be ping. We'll do res.send, pong. Then we'll do we should have done port down here. Let's do app.listen port. And from here, console log, server is running. Boom, boom, boom. Then let's do that, and then let's figure out how to test out our server here. So let's try see how test the index and server after completing step 2. Okay, so if I now run node index.js in my server folder, I'll say server's running on localhost 3001. We go in here and I do /ping. I should get pong. Perfect. All right, cool. So that works okay. We'll close out this lovely Stack Overflow post. Sweet, we have a working server, which is lovely. Then we're also going to go ahead and work on setting up our front end. So we'll do that in here. We're going to go ahead and exit out of this guy because we don't need him right now. We'll cd to boom, then client. Then we're going to do npm go ahead and create some lovely code here. Yes, you can create that. Lovely. Now run npm install. Is Vite. Very fun. And then it's also saying npm run dev. See what happens. Okay, right now not much is happening, so that's cool. Let's fight with React, and then it's telling me to install Axios as well. Exit out of this guy. drop this in here, and then install Tailwind CSS and initialize. Yay, debugging. I'm going to paste this whole error into my browser and attempt to debug it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Looks like this is why I need to sometimes question AI. Cool. So that's why it wasn't working. Also go ahead and add an dot-git ignore here. I do want to add in node underscore modules into this guy. So we're not pushing up all of those modules into this, which is lovely. Okay. Now it's gone down from 1,000 to 17 files change, right? Because this is git ignore, ESLint config, index HTML, package.json, my readme for the client. Yeah, I'm assuming I don't have a tailwind. Right, tailwind, CSS file. Those just, so I don't have a tailwind file, right? Because like I don't see it anywhere. Tailwind, right? No matching results. So missing tailwind.config.js file. So now all the configuration is done in the file where you import Tailwind, which is assuming in here somewhere. So I don't have an index.css. Making web apps is hard, but I digress. Okay, so I should just follow the documentation instead of following AI recommendations. That's what I'm learning. Yep, and then, so I need to go to my Vite config and import Tailwind CSS from here. My plugins will be React and Tailwind CSS, yes. Beautiful. Cool. And import CSS. Let's go ahead and try to run this guy. All right, very cool. Okay, very cool. So now my backend says Pong, which is lovely. So we have connected our front end with our back end in a very basic way. Backend says Pong. Yep. Right, and now if I refresh the page, I'm assuming it just says backend says Pong. Yep. Alrighty, cool beans. Don't think I need these logos anymore. We don't need the count anymore. And I can close this. I'm not going to worry about this tailwind stuff right now. I think now's a good time to probably push up our changes. Right? Yeah, cool. Let's go ahead and close up these guys, close up this guy. Then open up a new one called git add all git commit dash run mono repo setup. Do git push. With the upstream, perfect. Then let's make a new PR. We go in here, you'll see that. We'll make a PR. Want a new issue, feature request, set up mono, repo, sorry, what you want to happen, project needs to be started in order for hackers to begin writing code for the application. Any alternatives or solutions? None. Additional context, we don't need it. Enhancement, I'm assigning it to myself. Create it. Then we'll make a PR, compare and PR. So we checked out main and we pulled, so that's all good here. And then we've got issues. We can go ahead and close issue out here. And so now we've got this done in here. We have our localhost 5173. Then I think let's go ahead and from here, Alrighty, amazing. Trying to figure out how to lay out this back end. Okay, so each teacher. So let's think through how to design our server. Okay. So within here, I think I want to open up our software, right? We'll go ahead and skip this part for now. And then let's do, I think, our filter 4, filter 3, system design and planning. So I want to think about our database and server setup. First, so I think, first of all, you need a student. Each student can be associated with a few things, right? So a student will have a name, first name, last name, ID, right? ID. Perfect. And then each class should have some ID, like a name, ID, a teacher ID, and an array of student IDs, right? Then each student have an array of grades potentially, right? Because then you have student IDs. Each assignment would have an ID, a class. Okay, so here we'll do student ID. Here we'll have a class ID. Here we'll have an assignment ID. So this will be our class ID. And sure, title, due date, and then a grade. I think each teacher will have a name, a teacher ID, and a class IDs list. All right. Oh my goodness. Alrighty, hello. So we have, right, our teacher as a name, a teacher ID, and a list of class IDs. Our students have a first name, a last name, a student ID, and an array of their grades. A class has a name, a class ID, a teacher ID, a list of student IDs. And a list of student grades. And then I think a grade is just some array of assignment grades for a given class ID, for a given student, and class ID for all right, cool. So then, so we need to like set up a database, right? Or is it like, so we're gonna go ahead and create a MongoDB database, which using Atlas, which is where we'll store, I think, all of our user records. It's gonna take me a while to log in here and set everything up. So I'm gonna sign in. Go ahead and use my Google account here. Oh my goodness. All right, let me drink some water. All right, cool beans. So now I think the goal is courses have a subject ID, subject name, etc. Yeah, I mean, that's what a class really is, right? Like here I'm referring to a specific course, as in like, I don't need to know like what year the student is in necessarily. I just care about like the specific courses they are taking. class/course here is used interchangeably. I know like in different places in the world, class can mean like the year that you are in, whereas course means a specific class, like the specific subject you are studying. Here I'm using classes, I think the way that you are trying to use course. Hmm. All right, it's showing up some usernames and some passwords on here, which is why I'm not sharing my screen, but generally I'm installing MongoDB in my project right now, for anyone who's curious. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we are gonna need a I think I can go ahead and show my screen again. So for context, I've added a .env file, which is where I store like my super secret stuff. For the MongoDB, I've created this lovely Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Let me hide my this again. Add type module and package. I mean, yeah, sure, I could try that, but that's not the error that I'm getting. That's a warning, right? I want to fix the mongoose error, not just the warning. Let's. Node, React, Express. It's Burn Stack. Ugh. I'm gonna fly around my room. Attempting to fix this error right now. I'll try to get rid of that warning at least. Okay, cool, sure. Still getting that mongoose error. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, const mongoose require mongoose, right? Mongoose connect, auto index. Okay, I mean, yeah, I use raw parser, right? Yeah, sure. Use unified topology, sure. Okay. And console log MongoDB connected. Catch error console notes. I'm gonna try to log MongoDB connection error here. Cool. Yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with latency or anything else. We'll find out if this, at the very least, like, yeah, MongoDB connection error is what I'm getting here, right? Because it's, yeah, make sure the first parameter to mongoose.create connection is a string. I'm worried it has something to do with this .env variable, right? Because it's const connection string process.env, right? Like, I wonder if it has something to do with my .config, my .env file here, right? Because it's, I can double check really quickly if I stop sharing my screen for a second that I have the right thing in my .env file, right? Because I have, yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, it's the same part, right? Because it's the cluster retry, right? It's app name, everything else. The URL there is correct. I wonder if I should swap the order of these. Like, if I pop connect CB here right after Express, is that going to help? No. Yeah, we pinged it earlier. No latency issues. All right, we get a ping. Connect to DB here. Because then I have the const app express in this first part here, then connect to DB, then, right, even if I got rid of these apps.use, which I shouldn't, I can get the ping. I already have those other parts set up, so it shouldn't be anything in there, just fine. What about the SSL certificate? It should be fine. I think I took a look at it. I have mongoose here, right? My secret, sure. Might just be process.env. I mean, maybe we might just need like try something like this instead. That's what we thought. It's a brand new setup, which is why I'm like, don't think that it has to do with any of it, but you know, I have not done web dev in so long. Mongoose.connect. Mongoose.connect connection string, so process.db. MongoDB URI. So that should just work from there. There's the MongoDB connection error. What I think I might try is really quickly, just so I'm not sharing my secret, I might just replace remove the connection string from the .env and instead use it in here. And then I'll report back and see if that fixes it. Like if I replace the connection string with my actual string and then I run it, will it work? Yes. Okay. So it has to do with the .env then. Cool. Because I'll show it to y'all in a second. So now if I press play, you'll see, right, like I got the connected to MongoDB Atlas portion. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove that part real quick. So we'll move this. So it has to do with the way that I'm getting that MongoDB URI env variable, right? Because this is .env.config, right? I wonder if I need to like mess around with the .envs here and figure out how I'm doing it. Yeah, connected to MongoDB Atlas. Cool. And then console.error. Yep. Okay. Okay. So long story short, let me go back and share. When I replaced the .env, like this process.env MongoDB URI with my .env directly in here, then I got the connected to MongoDB Atlas showing up down here, which is the console log if Mongoose Connect succeeds. So the issue has to be with my connection string here and the way that I'm setting this up. So I wonder if I could just, instead of using process.env for now, right, like import, you know, like how does .env work? The process.env. Okay. Because we should be able to import .env from .env. And then I want to go ahead and try .env.config. And then they're saying that, let me try console.log process.env here. Mm-hmm. No timeouts explicitly. We're in very early MVP stages here, so. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's try to log the MongoDB URI. We do that. Undefined. Yeah, so whatever reason, .env is not able to track my env variables right now. Despite this .env.config. So let's see. .env not reading env file. Maybe I should place these variables into like an src folder and let's see if we can, that would fix it. People are saying a lot about how it looks for the import in a different location. I'm going to do this, run this again. Okay. Well, I just may have made it worse. It's fine. That shouldn't do it. .env.config. So let's maybe try so that it looks. Right location. .config, and then let's maybe try set a path here manually. Path. It's not config.env, it's just env. So let's maybe try that. Still returning undefined here. Do I need to go back of parent directory? Like, that shouldn't matter though. .env.config. No, that literally accomplished nothing, so what's the point, right? Just send that. And then I want to undo this as well, right? Index.js in here. And we're starting to run on low on time, which is super unfortunate. We've got time until the next stream, so I might be able to stay on for a tad longer, especially because we started a few minutes late. Let's see here. Connected to MongoDB Atlas. Okay, so that shouldn't have anything to do with that here. See here. Right now. Undefined. What am I doing wrong here? Could I also just import, like, could I just also, import MongoDB URI from .env like this? And then console.log MongoDB URI like that, and skip MongoDB URI for now. Try that. Okay, I think the plan for right now is going to be as follows. It's going to be to push up this code that we have so far, and then create a bug for setting up this that maybe, hopefully, one of our lovely viewers will be able to fix. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do git add all, git commit -m cart to progress, and git push, and that should push it to main. And then we're going to go ahead and go into nudged here, go into issues, create a new issue, call it bug report. The .env file import for MongoDB URI. MongoDB URI is returning as undefined when using .env to import it. Steps to reduce behavior. Number 1, go to tb server folder directory in the project. Do cd to the server directory in the project. Number 2, launch project. Number 3, user receives the following error. Expected behavior, Mongo console log instead says connected to MongoDB Atlas. Then we'll do Mac OS Sequoia 15. Just looked at this yesterday, so let me double check it. It's 15.4.1. Yeah. 15.4.1. I meant no additional context needed. Let's create this bug. And we'll leave it open for now. And that is cool. So we'll probably spend some time later on the next stream trying to figure out how to fix this guy up. Potentially, I might do some research outside of it. And so here is our plan for that one. We'll hopefully get some more progress in part 3 and 4. We're going to take another day-long break this time around. And we will come back on Tuesday instead of on Wednesday, or instead of tomorrow. It'll be in just about 24 hours. But I do want to go ahead and thank you all very much for coming. I'll probably do my best to provide some more information in summary here and maybe work on fixing up this bug in the next few days. Although I make no promises. And outside of that, we will hopefully revisit this project and have something cool to show off and get something set up. Already tried .env config pad.env. Didn't work. Neither did like moving the .env and lots of other stuff. I tried it. I'll try it again. Maybe I'll fix it off stream. But for now, I think, after an hour of debugging, I'm going to take my brain break and enjoy my evening. And I hope you enjoy your morning or afternoon or evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. And I will see you all in 2 short days. Bye, everybody.